All right, so in this lesson here, we're going to show you how you can change the color of the shapes. I basically took this from one of the insert images from the gallery that Cricut has, and I would like to change the color of the flowers because although it does look nice, I would like to have somewhat of a gold-leafed flower here rather than this violet or purple here. And you can do this by, if you're looking over here in the Layers panel, you see the little thumbnails. You are able to click on the thumbnails and a color popper will pop up. But the one question is, how do you know that what you have selected is that? Because just looking at here, it is a little bit confusing. So you have two methods, I guess. You can either use the little eyeball here that will turn on and off the image, or because these are grouped together and we can't actually select the flower petal, we can right click and go to ungroup, and that will allow us to click on the individual shapes that you see. So that's another way. So how do we get to the coloring of this little flower here? So right here, if you click on the thumbnail, this will be brought up. Now, something to make a note of, you can only have the color options available here whenever the item is a cut or a print. Okay, so if I were to click here, we don't get the correct colors. Score, of course, doesn't get a color, but print does, as well as cut. So those are the two icons that you may want to take a look at to see if you have it. Now, what Cricut recommends anyway is start off with the basic color and then tweak it down here. So like I said, I wanted gold. Okay, so I'm going to find this right here. So it's a little orangish yellow. Okay, well, let me see if I can just change the hue of this just a little, and then I can fine tune it with this little slider here. So that looks good. Okay, now let's go ahead and change another color, which is this pink one right here. And you're not able to select it because, as you can see, it's selecting this right here. So we are going to have to go with the eyeball method maybe and see if that one is it. So if I go over here and I click and show and hide, that's the one, and I can go ahead and change this color to something else. Well, you can see if that color would work for you. Maybe this color works, and it's just basically a trial and error for you to see whether or not you like what you have. So that's one way. You select here, you can fine tune right here. Now in the videos anyway that you may see from Cricut, you are able to edit this, but as you can see, I'm typing right now and I cannot edit this. This is basically a hex code, and a lot of video web or photo illustrator type of folks out there know about hex code. Of course, you can do a Google search for hex code and you can get it. This does allow for copy and paste. That seems to work for now, but apparently in the video instructions anyway, you are able to type this out if you do know it. So that all looks great, and I would sort of like to mirror that over here. How can I do that? Well, you can do the same exact thing over here, but what did we do? How did we get those colors? Well, here's a good tip for you anyway, is don't bother with coloring it via the little panel here, because we do have one more option, and hopefully you checked out the color sync video. If not, this is a great way in order to color them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this up here. I'm going to see how the gold looks. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm going to see this little peach thing here. I'm going to click drag and drag it down there. So now it's colored the exact way that I wanted, and plus utilizing the sync feature here, I have saved myself paper mats. Okay, whenever I click go, you should see how many paper mats I had when I click go right now, and you're going to see all of these different mats that I have for the various flowers. But if I went through the color sync anyway, and I went back and added that there and this to here, now I saved myself some time with the mats anyway, because I have these basic 4 colors when I click go. So that's how you can recolor things. That's how you can apply those colors to other shapes if you're trying to not only cut down your mats, but also you'd like to sync up the colors so that they do look nice. Okay. So that's how you can recolor things. Multiple ways. Click the thumbnail or go through Color Sync.